Hey, what's happening, gamers? Welcome back to Ace Attorney Phoenix Wright Trilogy for the Nintendo Switch. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell to be notified. It's time for the finale of Ace Attorney. Yeah, let's do this.
Just before it happened, I think I saw some red lights, 3 of them. I thought I'd ask for help, but just then I was splattered with blood. She wasn't dead though, she struck back at the enemy behind her. Suddenly the red lights went out and the whole area was dark. And just at that moment there was a horrible scream. Right after that, Dahlia collapsed and I lost consciousness.
These red lights, I thought you said you don't remember seeing them.
I'm sorry. I thought I saw them, but then they disappeared all of a sudden.
Ah, things break, right? Even the best of theories. Who was it that stabbed Misty Faye? It looks like you still can't prove it. Maya's telling the truth this time, I know it. The rest is up to me.
Oh my gosh!
Well then, Mr. Wright, proceed with your final cross-examination.
Well, Shadow's here for the end.
The time of the murder.
This might be a little too intense for our cat, though. Just before it happened, I think I saw some red lights, 3 of them. I thought I'd ask for help, but just then I was splattered with blood. She wasn't dead though, she struck back at the enemy behind her. Suddenly the red lights went out and the whole area was dark.
So Dahlia attacked Godot.
Yeah. Just at that moment, there was a horrible scream!
What do you mean by just at that moment? Do you mean the moment when the red lights went out?
Yes, that's right!
The scream that you heard then, was it Dahlia?
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure it was a man's voice.
What?
Wait, what?
So then that scream came from the killer? That's got to be it.
I think Dahlia Hawthorne must have taken the blade and attacked the killer with it.
And then the killer let out a scream of pain.
After that, the killer stole the blade back and delivered the final blow, I guess.
Well, Mr. Wright, it seems to make sense to me. Sounds like a reasonable deduction, but I still can kind of wonder. There's a contradiction.
Okay.
I'm sorry to say this, but that interpretation would create an enormous contradiction. That makes sense. After all, my deductions are almost certainly never correct. Remember the testimony she just gave before the killer let out a scream? Maya said she had already been splattered by the victim's blood. In other words, the blade and the staff had already been plunged into the victim.
Is that right?
She couldn't have struck back with the sword that was already stuck in her body. The weapon that caused the killer to let out a scream must have been something other than the staff. The dagger. If you're so sure about that, then don't keep us waiting any longer, Trite. There's only one thing I can think of that could have been used as a weapon here. If Dahlia Hawthorne had already been stabbed in the back by the staff, what could she have used to strike back at the killer?
Well...
The dagger with the blood that hasn't been identified.
That probably could be the only thing, unless it was the ceremonial sword.
Naturally, the dagger the killer brought to the scene of the crime. Oh, that's right! I forgot about that! This dagger was found at the crime scene, stuck into the pine tree. Yes, the detective found it this morning and brought it to me. Dahlia Hawthorne struck back at the killer with this. And she managed to wound him as well. Just because he let out a scream doesn't mean that he was wounded. For all we know, the blood on the dagger could have been from the victim. No. Have you forgotten what the judge already said after it had been tested? Huh? Since we learned it wasn't the victim's blood, it must be the killer's blood. The killer must have a wound somewhere on his body.
What? Oh my gosh.
So you're saying the blood of this dagger belongs to the killer? Exactly. A DNA analysis of blood would prove it beyond a shadow of a doubt. And yes, Mr. Godot proves... We could prove it's your blood. Nice theory, Trite.
He doesn't seem fazed.
Order in the court! Is this the end? Have I done it? Even he won't be able to change the results of a scientific test. Let me ask you something, Trite. Let's say it turned out that I was the killer. Yeah? Do you really think I would be stupid enough to leave evidence like that? What do you mean? Just think for a second. This dagger was found this morning by a detective and brought to me. There was already blood on it, correct? But even so, I was the one who brought this dagger here to the courtroom. Yes, what does that prove? Well, if I really were the killer, I could have washed the blade off, then planted another person's blood on it. It can't be! In any case, there's one thing I can guarantee, Trite. That blood, it doesn't belong to me. Not a chance.
What?
Gosh.
What do you mean? How could it not have been his?
In any event, it seems to establish that the killer was wounded. All right then, witness, continue your test.
Hold it! Wait a minute!
What's the problem?
I know I probably shouldn't say this, but there's a big contradiction in Nick's explanation!
Maya!
This dagger! You said that it wounded the killer!
That's what I said.
But, if Mr. Godot had really been caught with the dagger, his clothes should be bloody or have a rip in them, right?
Maya?
He could just change his clothes.
Maya, he just changed his clothes. That would solve the contradiction pretty easily.
What are you talking about? It's not that simple at all. Remember back to the day of the murder? Everyone that was on the Inner Temple side got trapped in there.
Oh, that's right. And once the bridge was fixed and the police headed for the Inner Temple, Mr. Godot was already there waiting for them.
Yeah, he never had a chance to even change his clothes.
Ah!
It's true.
Wow.
I'm so confused.
Order in this court. Will the witness just... Well, maybe he brought a change of clothes with him.
That's what I was thinking.
But no one could have predicted the lightning strike that shut down the bridge. Why would anyone have brought a change of clothes?
Maybe he's always prepared as a Boy
did
Scout.
the judge take smart pills during the last recess?
Yeah.
Well then, maybe the killer took off his clothes before he committed the murder? That way he wouldn't get any blood on them.
Oh my gosh.
That's impossible, Trite. You know how cold it gets up there at night? After a few minutes with no clothes on, you'd be frozen solid. Ah!
Oh my gosh.
So that's all you've got. I knew you weren't tough enough to finish this. Right now, if Maya Fey were here... If Mia were here, she would have closed the book on this case already. If Mia were here? So come on, Trite! Can you do it or not?
Whoa.
How about it, Mr. Wright? You accuse Mr. Godot of being the killer, but you can't prove it. Have you got any piece of evidence?
Oh my gosh, come on, Phoenix.
The question isn't whether I can prove it or not. The fact is I have to prove it. That's the only choice I have. I was taught that it's one of the rules of being a lawyer. All right, I can prove it. I'm gonna bring your magnificent vengeance to fruition, just as you want it. Ha! That's good, a fighter till the bitter end, Trite. Since there's just one piece of evidence that can prove your point, why don't we go for the unlimited penalty?
What?
Are you trying to pressure me, Mr. Godot? Because it doesn't matter to me. I've got the one piece of evidence I need.
We do?
Give me a break. You've got nothing. So what do I do at a time like this? It's simple. I've got to think outside the box and approach it from a different angle.
Different angle?
Alright then, Mr. Knight. Let's hear what you've got. There's only one thing I've demonstrated in the previous cross-examination. The killer was wounded. That was proven by the blood on the dagger. But we decided it's impossible for him to hide such a wound. If he had been cut by the dagger, he would have been bloodstained on his clothing. There's one place the killer could have hidden his wound. What did you just say?
Huh? Hidden?
All right.
If he got cut in the eye.
This is it. My last stand. I need to think about this from a different angle. I don't need to think about why there are no bloodstains on his clothing. I need to show how he did hide the wound. It's the end of the line. The final stop, Trite. Let's hear what you've got. Where's the location where the killer hid his wound? Behind your visor!
Oh my gosh.
Ha! I don't know what you're talking about. And frankly, I don't need to know. What I do know is that you've never been half the lawyer she was! Isn't that right, Trite? What? What was that just now? Mia? Can't be! You're living on through him?
Whoa.
Even as we speak, you're still hiding the wound.
What?
Okay, this is freaky.
Objection!
It's beneath your mask! During the fight, the red lights were given off by the killer suddenly disappeared. Seconds later, the killer let out a scream. That's right, your mask was flying off your face. Mr. Godot, would you mind removing your mask for the court? If you have a dagger wound under there somewhere, then I'd say this whole case is solved.
I don't want to see this.
Ah!
But it's not fair for him to go to jail now after he's lost Mia and his sight. I feel terrible. No!
The silence is crazy. Just now, I saw her spirit in you. What? I never liked you. 6 years ago, you helped the woman who put me into sleep by hiding her poison. And then, while I was sleeping, you let my girl die. But you didn't care. You just kept living your pathetic, happy-go-lucky life. You even had the nerve to follow in her footsteps as a lawyer. I could never forgive you, and that's what I thought.
Mr. Godot!
But I was wrong about you. I knew it from the very beginning. The truth is, the only person I could never find it in my heart to forgive was me. You? Yourself? I was the one that failed to protect Mia. Me and no one else. I tried to avert my eyes from the truth to escape from the harness of reality. I just couldn't face her death head on, so I ran. I hid behind a mask, I threw away my true name, and I couldn't even deal with being a defense attorney anymore, so I quit. But you saved Maya! Yeah, that was my plan. Up until just now, anyway.
Well, what do you mean?
Are you listening, Maya? If I had really wanted to save you, then there's one person that I should have gone and talked to right away.
Well, who could that be? Are you talking about Nick?
But I didn't do it. I tried to get the help of Iris and your mother, but I closed my eyes to the most important man involved. Do you know why? The real reason?
No, why?
I suppose I wasn't really interested in saving you at all.
Huh?
I think I was just trying to salvage what was left of my own broken soul. I was trying to make up for the fact that I couldn't save her, and nothing more. That's why I let you walk right into a situation that I knew was dangerous. Forgive me. You're wrong! You put your life on the line to save Maya. Was it really for Maya's sake? Even, I'm not really sure. What do you mean by that? That night in the darkness of the garden when I saw her silhouette. A part of me must have known the truth. The truth that it wasn't really Dahlia standing right there in front of me.
What?
It could have been Misty Faye, or even that little girl. But I still picked up the blade. It was like I was dreaming. Wow. I'm not sure exactly what was going on in my mind at that point. I was really motivated by a pure desire to protect Maya? Or was it something darker? Was it my hatred for Dahlia, who had stolen everything from me 6 years earlier? Could it have been simply a desire for revenge? And now, I don't know anything anymore.
Well, I think he protected Maya, though.
I did learn something today, however. I finally realized that I was the arrogant one. I was just chasing an illusion, a fantasy. The stupid fantasy of defeating you in this courtroom. You were the only one who made me realize my folly. You never ran away from her death. Instead, you picked up where she left off, as a true defender of the people. In that one moment, I understood everything. Wow, this is sad.
Crime drama music.
Mr. Godot. I think you already know this, but if you don't, my name is Diego Armando.
Mr. Armando! I believe in you! I knew you were trying to save me!
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Thanks. Your wound, it's bleeding. Ah, did you forget already? In my world, the color red doesn't exist.
Oh my gosh.
These must be my tears. Tears! Ever since I woke up from my coma, I think I've been waiting for this very moment.
Mr. Armando!
You would do well to remember this, Maya. The only time a lawyer can cry is when it's all over. Wow.
Are we allowed to cry then? Because
Oh, I have water
sad.
leaking out of my eyes.
Huh?
This time, it really is all over, isn't it? Defendant!
Yes, Your Honor.
Although you weren't directly involved in the murder, tampering with the body in the crime is a serious offense in itself.
I understand, Your Honor.
Mr.
Mr. Armando explained that to me very carefully. I knew the risk, and I willingly cooperated anyway.
Very well. Before I hand down my verdict, is there anything you'd like to say?
Well, there is one thing. I'd like to say something to Mr. Wright.
To me?
I want to apologize to you.
Apologize to me? For what?
For the case 5 years ago, of course.
Oh my gosh, it's not over. I just remembered. Weren't you poisoned by your own lover? Not exactly, but yeah, something like that. Even now, 5 years later, I can hardly believe it. She was going to do it? She was planning to kill me? I don't think so, Phoenix.
It's not all that surprising. The two of you hardly knew each other.
Huh? What do you mean?
You and my sister, you only met twice.
Huh? We only met twice?
The first time you met was on the fateful day. The day she poisoned Mr. Armando in the cafeteria of this very courthouse. The next time you met her was 18 months later.
8.
I'm sorry, it was 8 months later. You met her again on the day that she stole your cold medicine. And Doug Swallow was killed.
No way! It can't be true. I mean, during our whole relationship, we were...
For those 8 months, the woman that you thought was Dahlia Hawthorne wasn't exactly my sister.
Huh? It wasn't Dahlia.
I hope one day you can forgive me, Mr. Wright. Feeny.
You mean...
That's right. I lied to you for 8 months.
But why? Why would you do such a thing to this man's heart?
Ever since she gave you the bottle that day, my sister was trying to get it back as soon as she possibly could because of the police investigation and their surveillance. Since she couldn't move about freely.
So that's why you...
My sister, from the beginning, she was prepared for the worst.
Prepared for the worst?
She thought that you might somehow discover the truth. That's why she was always ready to deal with you at a moment's notice.
You mean she was ready to kill me, don't you?
She already had so much to answer for. I didn't want any more sins on her soul. I begged her not to do it, and she agreed to give me a chance.
And that's why you came to me. You came to get the bottle pendant back for me in her place.
But I couldn't get you to give it back. I failed at something even as simple as that. 8 months passed and I still couldn't get it back from you. Finally, my sister couldn't wait any longer.
Wow.
She didn't even consult me about her plans for you that day. It was the first time that had ever happened.
That was a bit strange, wasn't it? Up until that day, you two were partners in crime and she would confer with you?
I think she must have noticed.
Notice what?
My feelings for you. If I had found out she was planning to kill you, I would have done whatever was necessary to stop her. Even if it meant her life, or mine.
Iris.
After spending those 8 months by your side, my feelings towards you, they changed.
I have something to say to you, too.
Yes?
You really are the person I always thought you were. Even after Dahlia was found guilty, I still believed in you.
Huh? Oh, thank you.
Oh my gosh! Oh.
My heart!
How many cups of darkness have I drank over the years? Even I don't know. I'll tell you though. Right now, this one here is the greatest cup I think I've ever had. Don't you think so? Phoenix Wright?
What? Why are you drinking coffee?
Yeah, I think you're right. The purpose of this trial was to rule on the murder of the victim, Misty Faye. At some point, I expect we'll be tried for your role as an accomplice in this case.
I understand, Your Honor.
Very well. On the charge of murder, I hereby find the defendant not guilty.
Well...
Wow, this has been a long case. Court is now adjourned. We'll have the trial for Iris and Godot at another time.
Oh my gosh.
February 10th, 451, District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 1. So I guess it's all over. The way everything ended, was justice really served, though? The man who risked his life to save Maya is being sent to prison by my own hand. Of course justice was served. Ah! Stop doing that, Ghost!
I'm proud of you, Phoenix. Your defense was truly brilliant.
But I couldn't save Mr. Armando. The man who cared so deeply for you.
You're wrong, Phoenix. You did save Diego. You saved him in the only way possible.
You mean with that verdict?
I think one day you'll understand, too. Phoenix, I want you to remember one thing. You were as good out there today as any defense attorney could ever hope to be. There's nothing more you can learn from me.
Ghost!
You've accomplished something I was never able to. I owe you a great deal, Phoenix. Thank you.
Mia.
I'm sure we'll meet again, someday, Phoenix.
I've handled a lot of cases and I've seen a lot of things. And along this journey, I've found myself asking one question. What does it really mean to defend someone? I suppose today's case produced one possible answer.
Nick!
Maya!
I guess it's just like my sis said!
Ghost? What'd she say?
That night, when I channeled Mia to get her advice on what I should do. This is what she wrote back in my notebook. Don't worry, Phoenix. We'll save everyone in the end.
But...
Come on! Cut it out with that gloomy face! Can't you see? Me, sis, and I'm sure Iris too. We owe you for everything you've done for us, Nick!
Maya... How can you be so bright and chipper after all that's happened? You were brutally attacked. You even saw your own mother murdered. Ouch! Oh, Francisca!
Still as softy as always, Phoenix Wright.
Excellent work, Wright.
Huh? Mr. Edgeworth? When did you get back?
Oh, that's right. I guess no one filled her in on that. Edgeworth and Francisca have actually been helping me on this case.
Helping you?
If these two hadn't been there on the first day of the trial... Wow.
Well,
The defense wouldn't have gotten anywhere.
wow! But where were you, Nick? I heard he fell into a river and caught a nasty cold which forced him to sleep all day.
Yes, he laid in bed shivering from his fever with Iris's hood pulled over his head.
Oh, ouch! Talk about embarrassing, Nick. You definitely need more training. Anyway, thank you, Mr. Edgeworth, and you too, Francisca. I don't suppose...
Oh no!
Oh my gosh.
There's room for me in this group hug, right?
Oh, Larry!
What's with the, longer than usual face? I realized something when I was reborn. I realized that Larry was never of any use to anyone, not even once!
That's not true, right, Nick?
What? You're asking me? Well, Nick, is it true? I've got a place in this world, right? Huh? Oh, yeah, of course. I knew it. Everyone would be better off if I were gone for good. No. Oh yeah. Those portraits you painted, they were really good. Isn't that right, Edgeworth? What? Me? Why are you making that face, huh, Edgy? Oh, well, yes, indeed. Certainly can't say that they lack, resemblance. You really mean it? What about you, Francie? Did I draw well, too? Yo!
My beauty can't possibly be captured by a mere crayon. Well, nevertheless, I recognize the effort you put into it, and that's worth something.
So then I'll do it, like you promised? You're going to model for my next picture book? Yo!
Don't get carried away.
Well, how about that? I guess painting portraits is the only thing I'm good at. The painting of Pearl was pretty darn good too, if you ask me. Huh? Now that you mention it, I haven't seen her around. Pearls? Where could she have gone? Normally she would have been a beeline for Maya.
Oh, I'll go look for her. I'll be right back. Hey, Pearly!
Right. You seem to be uncharacteristically puzzled. I suspect you're wondering how Maya can be so cheerful despite all that's happened. Yeah.
To be honest, I can hardly understand it either.
Francisca. That's right. She lost her father fairly recently as well. I think I understand how she feels. Maya's a much wiser person than she appears, and I think she realizes something. Now is exactly the time when she needs to be as strong as she can be.
But what do you mean by now is exactly the time?
Maya wasn't the only one that was badly wounded by this incident. In fact, there was someone that was hurt far more deeply than she. I believe it's for that person that Maya's trying her best not to cry. Someone who was hurt more deeply than Maya? Edgeworth, I think I'm starting to understand too. Yow!
Then tell me, Phoenix Wright! Who is Maya Fey being strong for?
Could it be Pearl, maybe? I would think it might be Pearl. I'll try it. What's the worst that can happen? I mean, I'm never really good at these epilogues, but...
It's either Pearls or you. Pearl Fey?
The poor kid, after all, the reason that she was worked so hard is to follow the instructions because she loved and believed in her mother, Morgan. It's for the good of the Fey clan, I'm sure she believed in her last, in Pearlese. She thought she was doing it for Maya, that's why she was so happy. Aww. It shows you how truly devoted she is to Maya. But it's a cruel irony that it was her exuberance that led to this tragedy. Maya Fey's mother was killed and Maya herself was put into a very perilous thing. And that's exactly why Maya's putting on a brave face. She's doing it for Pearl's sake, until she can see her smile again. Oh, hey! So, this is where you've all been. Wow, looks like we've got quite— Ah! What was that for?
Sorry about that, Scruffy. My whip just seems to have a mind of its own.
What's up, Gumshoe? Oh, this and that. Anyway, congrats on your win. Let's go out tonight. Dinner's on me, pal. My salary's just kinda sort of gone down by a teeny weeny bit, but it's alright. I made reservations at a first-class French restaurant. Oh no.
Oh my gosh.
What if it's that place?
Pretty good work, Scruffy. That whip was your reward.
Detective Gumshoe.
Oh, yeah, très bien.
You said a first-class French restaurant. You don't mean...
No.
Très bien. Where else?
Oh my gosh.
I knew it. We're doomed.
No.
Come on, let's go, everyone. Can't keep Maggie waiting. Hey, you, crybaby. You're invited too. Oh, forget about me. Pearl and I will be at the loser shack eating potatoes. You know, Maya's taken an awfully long time to get back. She's still out looking for pearls. Oh. Oh, Maya, what's wrong?
Nick, what do I do? Pearly, I can't find her anywhere.
What? I'll bet she just went back home, that's all.
I thought so too, so I called the village, but no one has heard from her. This has never happened before.
As I figured, she has been badly hurt by this incident. She feels responsible for the tragedy that has been following you, Maya.
But none of this was her fault. What should I do?
Detective Gumshoe. Yeah, what is it, pal? Could you guys go on ahead? What about you? Maya and I we'll join you guys once we find pearls.
Nick!
Don't worry about us, Detective. We may be a little late, but we'll definitely be there. We have a lot of celebrating to do tonight, and I wouldn't miss it for the world with my friends. Yeah, you're why?
Very well, Phoenix Wright. We'll go on ahead.
Don't keep us waiting, Wright. Or you'll pay the bill. We won't.
But where should we look? Where could Pearly have gone to?
Let's go, Maya. There's only one place I can think of that pearls might have gone to.
What?
I have no idea. Why would she go back here?
Hasakura Temple?
For pearls, I bet this is a very important place. After all, it's where this whole incident started.
Well, Liz, you're all back so soon.
Sister Bikini!
I thought we'd been eating mashed potatoes alone tonight. So she's here? Pearly is here? She's right in the training hall. Why don't you hurry along and go see her? Okay!
Easy, Hams.
Pearlie's not here!
Ah, Maya, the hanging scroll.
Ah!
Aw, someone cleaned it off.
Yeah!
It's gotta be Pearls.
Ah! Mystic Maya! Pearlie! Why? Why did you just leave like that? Mystic Maya! Mystic Maya!
My heart can't take any more of this.
I swore that I would never trouble the two of you ever again. Because it's all my fault that Mystic Maya's mother.
That's why you came here.
It's the least I could do to pray for happiness. Oh, you don't have to do that, Pearlie. It wasn't your fault. You didn't even do anything wrong. Of course I'm sad that my mother is gone, but how do I say this? I'm still happy. You told it to lie, just to make me feel better. No, really, it's true. The only reason I'm still here is at all is thanks to everyone who was there for me. My sis, my mother, Mr. Armando, Nick, and you. Even if one of you weren't there, I'm sure I wouldn't have still been alive right now. That's why I have to be really strong. For all the people that were there for me when I needed them. That's all I can really do, Pearls. Mystic Maya? I'm impressed.
That's Bikini.
Oh, I'm impressed. You truly are the daughter of Mystic Misty. Oh, Sister Bikini! Your mother, Mystic Misty, was a strong woman indeed. I want to tell you what she said to me that night. After dishonoring the good name of Karine, I don't have the right to face my daughter, but still, Maya is always in my thoughts. It's true, she'll always be with me until the day I die.
Dark.
Your spirit was with her. That's why your mother was so strong. Even at the end, I'm sure she had no regrets. Oh, Mother.
She'll always be with you until the day she dies, huh?
Huh?
There's a rule or something all masters are to follow, isn't there? To never take the charm off until the day you die.
That's the master's talisman!
The thing that Misty kept by her heart and would never take off. It wasn't the container that was important. Rather, it was the contents.
That's right! That's... a photo! Ah! Mother!
What's the picture? It's only natural for living creatures to fight to protect their own lives. But what makes us human is that we fight for others. But who do we fight for? How hard must you fight? That's the true measure of what human life is worth. What defense attorneys are warriors who are constantly challenged by that question? Oh, that's so cute.
Oh, that's Maya and Pearls. Oh, wait, is it?
That's the two sisters.
Oh my gosh, that's Mia and Maya.
When they were younger, yep. Even when the battle is over and the bonds that connect us are severed, we always return time and time again. Maya, Mia, Pearls, Mr. Armando, and Maya's mother, too. I learned that from all of them.
That shows they broke the vase too back then.
Yep, everybody's broken the vase.
So Pearls wasn't the first person to break it.
Well, shall we get going? Everyone's waiting. This is the day to remember, a day when a lot of things were finally put to rest. I think we should celebrate what we've overcome today.
But I still can't. Oh, go on, sweetie. You can come back for training anytime. Okay. All right. I'm gonna make a brand new start too. Sister Bikini, I'll be back for more training. I promise. Oh, I know. And I won't go easy on you just because you're the future master. I'll make sure to prepare reservations
for 3 for when you come back.
All right, we're gonna have a great feast today, Pearly. You know why? Because I'm training. Because training is a battle of endurance. Okay, Mystic Maya. I'll eat lots and lots of food tonight.
There's one thing I don't get and probably don't want to, but
What is it, Nick?
reservations for training is fine and all, but why for 3?
Come on, what do you think? You're one of us, Nick. Next time you can train right alongside us.
Huh?
Yeah.
Well, I'll be waiting for you. Sister Bikini will take special care of you.
What? No.
It'll be great, Nick. Come on. We're gonna do the special course, naturally.
Huh? What?
Oh, that's a great idea. After all, Mr. Nick, you'd do anything for Mystic Maya. Wouldn't you even walk on hot coals, right? We'll have a nice big meal right before we come next time, right, Nick?
I was wondering if I can say just one little thing here.
Sure, of course you can. Oh, I love this part. I can't wait to hear it.
Oh, I'm getting goosebumps too.
Well, then, here goes nothing. It's over. Wow,
Nick has an objection to that.
Yeah, he has an objection to it.
I really have to work extra hard. Master of Karine and the office manager of Writing Company. I have to be a good big sister to Pearly. Well, as long as I'm not locked up or captured or something like that.
Oh yeah, these are the credit thingies.
Yeah, these are the
That's right.
credits.
So what
the
did...
final Ace Attorney game in our trilogy.
Oh man, that was... wow.
We've been playing this since April.
It's so true. Mr. Nick really is Mystic Maya's special someone. He went through the special course and everything. Actually, I heard there's a legendary extra special ultra course. Think I have surprised the 2 of them by making a secret reservation.
I'm gonna make them a secret reservation. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Oh man, the feels.
Maggie bought me a brand new coat as a present, pal.
Looks good.
I feel 10 years younger. I'll never take it off.
Yes, but somehow you just don't seem the same, sir. I guess a dirty, shabby old overcoat is more detective-like.
Don't worry about it. In the meantime, in the name of love, a man will soil himself silly. No, please don't do that.
Oh my god.
There's some things that you should never do, and that is one of them. Have fun, Amber.
Mr. Wright, I am once again in your debt. Thank you to the Treasures of Karine exhibit. It was a great success. I even got to see Miss Von Karma, who I hadn't seen in so long. She taught me how to use a whip, and I said I must show you what I've learned.
No. That's okay.
Oh my god.
You don't need to teach me about the whip power.
No
I'm good.
more whips! Whips are banned.
Desi and I started a company called Mass de Mass Consulting.
We're dedicated to stopping the evil plans of all criminals.
Our motto is cut it out, please!
Pretty cute, huh?
Well, we'll sell plans to the criminals, all kind of a side business. I wonder if that's okay. Sometimes I think maybe we're the worst criminal there are. Oh my gosh.
Wait, they're gonna help criminals but not actually be part of the crime. Interesting.
The ending credits are always interesting because we have to remember all the characters we've done.
I wanted to show my appreciation to Mr. Wright, so I lent him 500,000 special thick tea, one I mixed with my own hands. I bet he's drinking it now. Win through compromise.
Oh my gosh.
I know, it is hard to remember everyone's voice.
Oh, it's fun though. We enjoyed this series so much, guys and gals.
Yeah.
I'm just an old man and in the way, wrinkly, grumpy, clown-nosed waste of a flesh. At least that's what I thought. But my grandkids had a birthday party for me the other day. And talk about embarrassing, 69 years old, and I cried like a baby with a dirty diaper.
Oh my gosh.
I don't even remember all the cases we did. We've been playing this game since April of this year, guys and gals. It's crazy.
As usual, we have an abundance of work to do. We've hired a new programmer to replace Glenn. I do hope everything will get along. His name is Adam Mata. As soon as I heard his name, I knew our brain circuits would align perfectly. I probably messed up. I forgot what her voice was like.
Honey, it was so long ago. Like, this has been a labor of love for us, so we hope you guys have enjoyed this series.
Oh my. More reporters? Since the murder, we've made so much money, I hardly know what to do. I think the magazines like us because I provide such a nice visual. I can hardly wait for Iris to come back. Oh.
Yeah, Iris wouldn't be in jail forever. I mean, she did,
true.
you know, try to cover up a murder, but it was a murder that was done in self-defense.
Yeah.
So, I'd probably be in jail for like 5 years, maybe. I guess we're gonna find out.
You've turned into such a respectable man, Feeny. I was so sweet of you and everyone else to come by. Of course, I was happy that you constantly had your eyes on me, but I felt kind of bad when the little one slapped you so hard when you got a nosebleed.
Oh, she has no idea that, oh my gosh.
I don't even know what she's talking about.
Phoenix got beat up by Pearls. Phoenix Wright. That's his full name?
What?
Oh, these are the actors who played him. Miles Edgeworth. K-Wing.
There we go. Objection!
Mia Fey. Amber.
Yay!
She was one of my favorite characters for you, actually.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Coffee Addict. Godot. K-Wing.
Yeah. I think Godot was my favorite.
Francisca Van Karma. Amber.
Yay! Oh my god.
Skeletor as himself. Yes.
I'm wincing. Larry?
Oh no.
What's this? I'm back from a long and tiring vacation. No one is here to greet me. I guess I was gone. My little whippersnapper's buddy quit now. I've got no one. What kind of lonely, crazy security room is supposed to be in here anyway? What's with all that flashing lights and switches? I feel like some sort of space alien. Now what am I gonna do with all these macadamia nuts? I'll bring them over to Edgy Poo. I really can't accept these, I'm afraid. Something like that. Oh, well, I never found a gentleman that's rat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat. Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness.
I forgot how fast she talked.
Oh yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, she does talk really fast. I finally found something I love to do. Franzi's Whippity Whip Trip. It's gonna turn the art world on fire. I should have realized it sooner. Self-centered, lazy, antisocial. I'm an artist. A really good portrait artist. Not a loser after all.
Okay.
Wait, you're going after Francisca? Good luck with that.
Wow. He's a sucker for punishment.
Oh, wow, he drew that.
Cute. I love how little Pearls looks.
Larry did a great job.
I know. He's not too bad.
That's so sad.
Aww.
Yeah, but Godot, he doesn't really have anything left, but he's just probably, you know. I can't see him being executed for that, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
I know. I don't understand why they don't do a different plea for self-defense.
I know.
Or, like, saving someone.
Well, guys and gals, that is it. Special thanks to our friends over at Capcom for providing and sponsoring this series of well over 100 episodes.
Yay!
Oh my gosh.
Woo!
We hope you guys have enjoyed our longest series to date. And
Yeah!
we can finally say it, but another Let's Play is complete! Wow. So anyway, check out our other long series that's ongoing right now, Sword Art Online. The Hollow Realization, which, not Ace Attorney, but it's another anime game where Amber and I are having a blast with it, so we hope you guys will be checking those episodes out. But until we meet again, God bless and happy gaming. If there's another Phoenix Wright trilogy, we'll be back.
Oh my gosh.
Bye-bye.
See ya!